everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here with your Hollywoke hot take. First up, you got Keith Olbermann. He did this really big rant where he was talking about turning Trump hotels into prisons for Trump enablers. I mean, you want to talk about a guy who's got TDS badly. It's Keith Olbermann. And I'm embarrassed to even say that I used to watch him back in the Bush years because he would do these, self-righteous rants against Bush. And I was like, yeah, he's a warmonger. Yeah, go get him, Keith. And now looking at the stuff he does against Trump, it's like, did you even care about the war back in the Bush years? Did you even care that Bush was killing people? Because Trump has brought a great amount of peace to the Middle East. A great amount. Probably could do a lot more if he gets a second term. And you rant about him like he's murdering people. It's very excessive. But then I think, well, he's on YouTube or something, some platform. I guess maybe he's trying to get people to watch him and this is the only way. Seems to me that MSNBC should have him right back. I don't know why he's not there. Seems like he would fit in with the network perfectly. But in other news, Eric Clapton is collaborating with Van Morrison on an anti-lockdown song, and people are up in arms. I don't know why. They're trying to raise money for musicians during the beer virus, and a lot of musicians are struggling. Without venues to perform in, with every bar being closed and every public space being shuttered, musicians, believe me, I'm an artist. I understand the starving artist thing. These guys are helping out. They probably can't make enough money to help all the starving musicians out there. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous you would blast them for being racist, for doing a song, an anti-lockdown song. You people who want lockdowns, just shut up. I mean, lock yourself down. Why are you even crying? I mean, really. First off, if you've got all this time and you've locked yourself down, will you please just learn about viruses? Please do some reading about viruses and how they work. Because if you read about viruses, what you'll read is that viruses are passed from person to person, and eventually it builds up. You build up a herd immunity, and most people gain an immunity. That's how the virus goes away. This piecemeal lockdown thing doesn't do anything. Okay, the only thing the lockdown was going to do in the beginning was to slow the spread until so hospitals wouldn't be overwhelmed. But once we discovered its actual death rate, once we discovered how not deadly this is, we thought this was, when this came out of China, they were talking 2-3% death rate. Now it's like a 0.03% death rate. That's considerably lower. Even amongst the very elderly with comorbidities, the death rate's about 2.5%. So yes, you have to protect them. You have to lock down them and try to keep them going, but it's a hell of a lot easier to concentrate on nursing homes and hospitals than it is to try to lock down every healthy person on the planet. Please read and stop being ignorant and stop harassing Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton is still God. He will strike you down. And finally, Andy Samberg. I'm not a huge fan of Andy Samberg. I kind of like some of his songs when he did his song thing with I forget what it was called. His two buddies, they do like a rap thing. The boat song, the one. I'm on a boat. That one. A couple other things. I mean, he's not an unfunny guy, but this makes me never want to see him again. I mean, I'm already on the fence, but now I'm just like, no, I don't need to see this guy lecturing people about wokeness. Brooklyn Nine-Nine star Andy Samberg says those who are concerned about or outright opposed to the new diversity standards and quota systems recently imposed by the Academy Awards can F off. Now, I know he's just showing off, but he's pretending to be super smart on the one hand, I think, just my opinion, and at the same time, he's being so woke and wonderful. He says, the parameters, if you look at them closely, you can have the whitest cast in history of cinema and still very easily meet them just by doing a few key roles behind the camera. The Saturday Night Live alum said an appearance on Variety's Awards Circuit podcast. People have problems with that. People who have problems with it can F off. He also added, I believe in comedy. And I believe it can be and is a high art form. Yeah, it is. You don't make comedy to get nominated for stuff, he said. Oh, so wonderful. So stunning and brave, Andy. I don't do this to get nominated for stuff, and I feel good when I do it. You either kill it, and you're Jim Carrey in Eternal Sunshine, or Robin Williams in Good Will Hunting, or your other examples. Well, Robin Williams in Good Will Hunting, that's not a comedy, Andy. I mean, yeah, that's not a comedy. It's not a comedy at all, my view. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind? Maybe, if you really stretch it. But, I think he's got like a good bout of TDS. And, but listen to this is the diversity quota. It takes place in 2024. Filmmakers must meet various quotas on the presence of women, LGBT, the disabled, or ethnic minorities in order to qualify for the nomination. It's just dumb. Quotas are stupid. People should be judged on their merit, on the content of their character, not these other elements. There's absolutely no reason for it. And Andy, red alert, they're not going to spare you, dude. They're not going to spare you. At some point, somebody's going to point at you and say, why is a white cis male being the lead of this movie again? And I, for one, won't be there to defend you, buddy. You could take that all on your own. You could take that all on your own. When they finally get you, no one will be there to defend you because here you are throwing everybody under the bus. Just do the diversity thing or F off. I'm better than you. That's essentially what you're saying. That's how I interpret it. So, I don't know. It's just dumb. It's just dumb. Quotas are stupid. They've always been stupid. It ends up a corrupt system. It's like having corrupt union guys sitting on the set. Oh, why are they there? Oh, well, we have to hire them. We have to. That's what it's going to end up. You're going to have some amazing movie come out, and it won't qualify for the Academy Award because it didn't follow this wacky diversity thing, and it was made on a shoestring budget. It's one of the most amazing movies ever made, but the Academy will have to go, well, we can't nominate it, you see, because we're too woke and wonderful. They didn't follow. It's a good movie. It's a good movie, but it's not woke enough for us. Sorry. Yeah. So I it's at the end of the day, Hollywood's about one thing: money, and more money. And this woke stuff is just a trend. When it ends, the people who stood on their ivory towers and pointed down to the peasantry and say, well, I'm woke and you're not, and I'm woke and I know this and I know that, and oh, you're not woke enough. You're going to be begging fans to come back. And the fans will go, no, thank you. I don't need a lecture.